Hello everyone and welcome back to Maman-chan's Manga Corner. The book I'm going to be reviewing today is Another, the original story by Yukito, Ayatsuji, and the art by Hiro, Kiyohara. Another is one of my favorites. I saw the anime first and then I found out there was a manga, so I quickly bought it. It didn't take very much time at all. I have a problem with horror, I acknowledge this, but it is an older teen book. There's some language swearing, death, lots of death, so be prepared for that. We follow Koichi, a student who moved recently, and his father is working abroad, so he's staying with his grandparents and his aunt. Year 3, Class 3 is a haunted classroom. There's always one extra in the class. One who is deceased, but the memories are altered so no one notices. Koichi meets a girl named Mei Misaki, and she herself tells him to stay away. He doesn't listen. He ignores what she recommends. The other students tell him to leave it alone, let it lie, but he can't. So he meddles, of course. And he ends up learning that Mei Misaki is the one. She is someone who has been the student, and they ignore her to replace the fact that there is someone else there. We find out that the reason this extra started was because one other class had a student pass away, and he was loved by so many people that they couldn't believe it. So they pretended he didn't. They would, talk to him like he was still there. This prompted future years to have their own student who was never there. And each time they were related in a time before. Yes. Koichi is ignored as punishment for not ignoring Mei, and they hope, because the deaths had already started, they hope that adding him to the ignoring list would make it stop. It doesn't. Their teacher commits suicide. Several students have accidents. Family members have accidents. And they end up ignoring their first ignoring rule. And the boys work together with Koichi to find out how to stop it. They get a lead to the old classroom, the original classroom where everything started, and that the answer is supposed to be in there. They go to the classroom, and in an old locker they find a cassette tape attached to the top. They try to open it so they can listen, and unfortunately they break it. They break the tape. So they decide to take some time. They have to try to fix it so they can find their answer, find out what is going to stop this. Koichi's aunt is the student teacher of the class. After the original teacher ends his life, she takes over, and they decide that their last best chance would be a visit to the shrine. Classes had visited the shrine before, and there was one time when they came back successful. The killing stopped and everyone went on as normal. So they go. Most students are nervous, but they do agree. I mean, on the trip, the bus could crash and they could all die. Who knows? So they do take a large risk going. Some, their parents try to flee and they pay. They die. On the trip, the boys agree to listen to the cassette together, and the tape tells them that in order to save the rest of the class, they have to kill the extra person. Other students overhear. Everyone is suspicious. There's no one they can trust. They have to figure out who this person is if anyone wants to be safe. And any of them could be this person. So I guess it is technically a comedy. I will say the story in the manga is a little different from the anime, but I'm not sure how they correlate to the original novel, which is on my list to get eventually. I do enjoy the characters. I like how they all have their little quips. Koichi is one of my favorites, followed by Mei. Actually, no, Mei is probably my favorite. Mei is so much cooler. so much cooler and mysterious. But I do like Koichi. He is a horror fan, and he talks to a nurse, and they bond over horror. Mei is an artist, and her and Koichi bond when they meet in the art gallery. And everyone who's in it, you do get to find a little bit about them. Some more than others. Even his grandparents, they all have little bits. Creatures. There's a bird. The bird itself has quite a bit of character, and as the story goes, it starts to all lock into place. They don't necessarily live in fear, which, I mean, good. They are still students. It is still their third year, and they're so close to graduating, they just have to make it. But the artwork is very nice. I love the clean lines. They have beautiful full colors. I look at that. Look at that. It is stunning. I love their shading. They do a great job. Any tones, their backgrounds, all of it. It's so... Shut up, it's perfect. It gives me goosebumps. I love it. I love the artwork. I honestly have no complaints. Now, it is a thick book, so the price does reflect that. New, it is about $30. So I think when I went, I had only bought this one, so I can definitely understand why that would keep some people away. And there is self-harm in this. Again, a teacher commits suicide, so it's a horror book. What do you want? If you're into the spooky, the spirits, ghosts, it goes great. You do get a complete story front to back. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it for everything that's inside. So I highly recommend this book, and I will see you guys in the next Manga Corner. Bye!